Lovely. Oh,
Brilliant.
lovely.
Hi, it's nice to meet
Hi,
you.
how are you? Nice to meet
Nice
you
to
too.
meet
We did it at long last. We arranged it.
So this is your mum and dad?
Yeah, this is my mom.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
بحكي
آية
Hi.
أبو حماد.
She's saying she's my mom. Her name is Rumir.
Oh.
أهلا وسهلا أبو آية أنا إبراهيم أبو حماد.
Yeah, it's just welcome to you. He's my dad. His name is Ibrahim.
Very nice. Very nice to meet them. Very nice to meet them. So, Aya, is it okay if we ask a few questions? If we ask you a few questions, yeah? So firstly, how long have you been in the camp? How long have you been there?
قديش إلنا في المخيم تبعنا خيمة؟
حاليا
Almost 4 months right now. So
4
we were
months.
displaced from Rafah
Yeah.
to our tent 4 months, but the war has been started since 11 months.
Yeah. Yeah. So you lived through the war for a few months before you were displaced.
Yeah, that's right. We were living in the south. So first of all, they were forcibly displacing people from the north to the south, and then from the south to another city, which is in Khan Yunis, city where I live right now. So this is how people were living during the war.
Okay, I understand.
So you were displaced from your home because of the war. And what happened to your home? Was your home bombed or what happened? Or is it just too dangerous to live there?
Actually, after almost 5 days after we were forcibly displaced, our home was bombed and it got destroyed.
So you're
Only
forcibly
after
displaced?
5 days. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Like
Forcibly. Wow.
they usually give people like some time to leave their home, for example, 3 days or something like that. But for our turn, it wasn't this way. Like suddenly at one night, they were bombing really heavily, and we couldn't sleep, not even for a glance that night. So we were just waiting the day to come so we can evacuate.
Right.
Well, after Al-Fajr, we were just packing our things, and then we left our house.
Okay, got it. And 5 days later, they were bombed. Yeah.
So when you were living in, what was the town you were living in before your house?
The name.
It was called Rafah,
Rafah.
located in the south of Gaza Strip.
Okay.
Right. And when you were living there, you had jobs, you had like, you know, what was the situation? Your mum and dad were working there, or what was
Dad
that?
was working, I think, yeah.
قاعد تحكي شو كان وضعكم قبل الحرب لما كنا عند رفح، ايش كنتوا تشتغلوا او هذا؟
الوضع كان حالة ميسورة خفيفة. كنت
خلال الحرب
سائق سيارة بتقاضى أجر فيها بعيد فيها الأسرة. فترة الحرب.
He's saying before the war he was a taxi driver, so that's how we were living. But now خلال الحرب رفح.
طبعا في الشي مجال فرصة عمل، هي حياة صعبة، حياة كلها قلق، حياة كلها خوف، حياة رعب، في الشي ساعات نوم فيها، هي قليل من اللي يعتاش الإنسان العادي، هي قليل من الطعام، هي مجهود كبير، إنسان سنه كبير.
لحظة, let me translate. Wait. Yeah, he was saying that like it was really a hard life. We were just having like not enough food and not even enough sleep. We lost like he lost his source of income because of the war. You know that they cut off all fuel since the start of the war. So the car, like any cars, they do not work like on what's called
Electricity.
diesel.
Yeah.
No, not electricity. I mean, like
Diesel.
they do not work on on diesel. Now
Right.
they work like on oil or something like that.
Petrol.
So we could
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he lost his source of income, and he
Right.
couldn't like as a taxi driver since the start of the war.
Right. So so tell us, Aya, a little bit more about the living conditions. Were you assigned to a certain place when you had chance to evacuate, or did you choose where to go?
All right, so there's the north and there's the south of Gaza Strip. Okay, so there's actually like a border between them. Like the north can go to the south, and the south can go to the north. Okay, so we were there was a certain area that they said it is safe. It's not real safe, but they said that we should go there. Yeah, it's called Mawasi Khan Yunis. It's like an area full like with sand. Like there are no buildings, there are no any kind of living things like there.
Civilization,
Yeah,
yes.
just,
Yeah.
And so we were forced like to go there, so we didn't choose where to go. And even there in the safe area that they said we should go to, they also evacuate people for several times, from going back and forth for several times.
Okay.
So they've actually said like whole of Khan Yunis was safe, but after that they said that as the hold on, north, south, east, the east was safe, but after that they said that the west, they told them to go to the west. So and after that they went again to east. So there isn't really a safe place there.
Okay. So you are now near the border or further up? Whereabouts are you located now?
We're in the north, south. Yeah, we're in the western side of Khan Yunis city. So we're not near the border. We've actually predicted that they may go to the east. So and like the east is the closest one to the border. So that's why they always like go forth and back to the east. So that's why we said, it's better to go to the west.
Okay.
And it's there we live right now.
And you chose to do that, Aya? You chose to go there? Could you choose where to go?
Only
just tell
in
you where
Khan
to
Yunis
go?
city. Only in Khan Yunis city, like it's a small city in Gaza Strip. So it's already like crowded. So we were just just to go to the west area of Khan Yunis city. I'm sorry, I can't really memorize the west east.
No, that's okay. You're doing very well.
Your
You're doing
English is very
excellent.
good. Your English is
Excellent.
very good.
So now you need help to go from Gaza to Egypt, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So what is
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just what is the how are people going from Gaza to Egypt? Is there an agreement between the countries? How do you physically get there? Do you pay a company? What's involved?
بتسأل ليه كيف احنا بنروح على مصر وش هذا؟
ننتظر المعبر يفتح. طبعا الأمر بصير هذا بده تنسيق سعره غالي كثير، يمكن بكلف الفرد ما يقارب $5000. طبعا هذا مفروض كثير وما فيش معانا شيء يدفعوا له.
So there's actually like a border between Gaza and Egypt. It's located in Rafah, okay, the city that we were living at. But after we were displaced and there was an invasion by ground, there were tanks and the border was closed, okay? But before the border was closed, there was a border that we could get like travel from Rafah to Egypt, right? But it's not like the ones that have a Palestinian, like the Palestinians cannot go, like they're forbidden from going there unless they pay $5,000 per person, okay? But the other nationalities, they actually can go, they can actually leave Gaza. But if you're Palestinian, you have to die or you have to pay 5,000 per person to leave Gaza. This is the deal. The other way to leave Gaza is only if you're like horribly injured and you're about to die. They might allow you to leave.
Okay. So
So
yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
basically, who do you pay this 5,000 to? Is it government officials? Is it private companies? Who do you pay?
it's an organization. It's called Dihala.
Dihala.
It's really known here. It used to exist even before the war. I'm not sure like its origin from where is it like for the government or whatever. I'm not sure, but like it's the only one here that allows Palestinians to go to Egypt by paying $5,000 per person. So it's called Dihala.
And is there a quota of certain amount of people that can leave at one time, or is it unlimited? How are they exporting, letting you go out?
في عدد محدد للأشخاص تسمح لهم يا هلا إنهم يطلعوا ولا عادي قد
لا قديش مشكلة مش فيه مشكلة.
They say that it's okay to like there isn't any limited number for people to go out. You just have to pay.
So basically, when you get to the border, you walk across the border, or is there a coach that takes you, or how does it work, or a train, or
لما نوصل لحدود كيف بوصلون على مصر باص ولا بإيش بالضبط؟
السيارة المتوفرة عندهم ايش يكون متوفر ممكن سيارة كبيرة ممكن اتوبيس حسب المتوفر عندهم حسب المتوفر ما ادري.
No, it's not like by foot. You actually ride a bus or a car, like what's available, what the company like provides you.
Okay.
And how many members of your family do you have to get over that border? How many members of you are there?
Yeah, so we're 11 family members. Me, my mom, and my dad, my 4 brothers, and my 2 sisters. One of them is married, and she has a young little boy named Rawad, and his father as well. So we're in total 11 members.
Okay. And for the children to cross the border, is it the same cost as an adult, or is it less for the children?
It's the same cost.
Okay. And when you get to Egypt, what is the plan? Would you like to study again, your brother to go to school, dad to work? Is it easy to do that?
So بتحكي لما نوصل على مصر ايش هتعمل هناك؟ ايش الخطة مثلا؟ هل الاخوات هيقدروا يكملوا دراستهم؟ هل نقدر احنا نروح على الجامعة؟ ايش هل الشيء البسيط هناك يعني سهل؟
إجراءات مصر ممكن تكون سهلة بس بده ثمن بده مبلغ يحصل عليه الواحد يقدر يكمل ثمن التعليم ثمن حياة العادي بدناش حياة كبيرة حياة بس بدها مال يقدر يمشي أو يكمل.
So they're saying that this is like the plan is I guess like hold on, what does that mean? Hold on. So
Take your time.
my mind is just like because I'm translating.
It's
the first
okay.
time for me to do
It's
this.
okay, Carbs.
It's
It's
okay.
You've got
It's
plenty
okay.
of time.
You're
seriously.
doing an excellent
Yeah,
job.
don't
in
worry.
English,
Yeah, your English is very, very,
Very,
good.
very good.
Very good.
Give me a moment.
Okay, she's going to look at the
Yeah.
She's looking at the word. Google Translate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the procedures, this was the word.
The
The
procedures.
procedures they can be easily. So we can get the visa and we can settle in there. It's really easy, like to do the procedures, but everything like will cost money. For example, I don't think that we can be going to a government school. I guess that we have to pay, for example, money for a private school.
Yes. Okay. So,
I guess like government school will, be specific for only Egyptians. That's
Egyptians,
how.
yes. Yeah. So, Aya, is it possible, for example, if someone wanted to buy the visa and do the process for you from another place, another country, would that process be possible?
إجراءات الفيزا هل تنعمل من دولة هنا ولا إحنا لازم نعملها لحالنا؟
Sure.
نفس تلقى في إشارات تحت المعبر، إشارات معينة يذكروها إن الناس تتوجه إن
ممكن نعمل طب الإجراءات هاي كلها إجراءات
في
الفيزا
إعلانات إعلانات.
لا نتاج
نعم
لا نتاج.
ممكن يكون بالضبط.
So I'm not sure if you can do it from another country for us, but like what people do here, like they do it themselves.
Okay.
Once like we get like our names at the border list that we can get out of Gaza, like you can do these procedures ourselves.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we can find out about that from here as well, maybe as well.
Yeah.
In your costings that you broke down, the $100,000 roughly, you put the 40,000 to buy an apartment in Egypt. Is it possible initially to rent an apartment, or are there other ways to live in Egypt other than buying an apartment?
نقدر إحنا مثلا إنه نتأجر شقة بدل ما إحنا نشتريها هناك.
ممكن تأجرها بس بشكل تام. مبلغ الإيجارات مصر تمام تمام الشقة تمام. كل إنسان بيقدر يملك يقدر يتأجر، يكون معاه مبلغ من المال في مصر كبير. ليش اثنين أو ثلاثة.
So we're 11 members. You can actually rent a house, but like the rent costs in Egypt is really high in comparing with the salary there. So if we want to have a job there, like it's really going to be expensive. So you can actually do this, but like we're 11 members and we will need like at least a medium like apartment. So it's really going to be helpful if we could get our own house. The one that was destroyed, we have waited for it for كم من سنة قعدنا قبل ما اجت شقة السعودي. 12 سنة.
بالأول
Yeah. Our first apartment here in Gaza was destroyed by the Israeli occupation before they left Gaza in 2004, and only after 12 years almost we got the one that was bombed this war. So I don't really want us and imagine that we were living again in like a rent places. Can you imagine this?
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to live and to rent place and go from there to another place. This is how we were living like during the rent period where we couldn't find a house in Gaza. So
I understand.
I don't want this to happen again in Egypt. I really hope like that we can really have a house there and still down.
Stability. And your younger brother, who is 9, your younger brother, he's doing any form of studies at the moment, or how is he keeping busy in the days?
He actually has grown some plants. He has grown corn and basil, and like he really likes gardening. He used to.
Let's go. Back again. That's okay.
Just a quick one. How is the weather right now? What is the weather like where you are?
So right now we're in autumn, but so the last 2 days it was raining, but before that, so we were in summer and the heat was really suffocating inside the tent.
So the tent
doesn't protect, not not from the heat, neither from the rain. It's really an awful condition inside the tent.
And so the tent you have at the moment, is it one that you constructed yourself? How, or was it already there? Or tell me more about the tent.
So the tent, actually costs $1,000. Okay, so most people right here in Gaza couldn't really afford to buy it. So we were forced to buy some wood and then cover it with, you know, blankets, curtains, or whatever fabric that's available. So it's really handmade, and the roof actually seeps water. So that's why, like, it's really bad. The one that's already made, they're much better. Like the roofs doesn't seep water. So you have, if you have a handmade tent, you actually have to cover it from the top with a nylon plastic or whatever, you know, something that will not allow the water to seep from the roof.
Yeah. So where do you get that? Where do you buy that from, Aya? Where do you buy the tent from?
Where what?
Where do you buy the tent, the $1,000 tent from?
It's available here, but like in a really like high price. So
But-
I guess do you mean where they originally came from?
No, where do you buy, if you had the money to buy a tent, where do you buy that from? Is it a shop? Is it the people in the camp? Where?
So we don't have shops right now. Like there are no markets. You actually walk down the street and you see like several people selling different things. Like this one is selling cheese. This one, the one that's after him selling something else. Like there isn't really a specific market where you find everything you'd like to. So we just walk down the streets and search about the things we need to buy, and that's how like
selling
also
brand
find
tents. Will they sell
I'm
brand
sorry?
new tents? A guy will be there selling many tents,
but new,
Yeah,
new tent.
yeah, that's how things are.
And how do they get the food into the camp to actually, you know, if they're selling cheese and bread, how do those people, those traders, get into the camp if it's like a war zone? Or, you know, how do they get in? How do they get the food to you?
Right, so the borders are closed, okay, and
Yes.
since the Rafah border was closed after the invasion by ground of Rafah, now all people here depend on the goods that merchants have. Okay, but those goods are really limited, and that's why merchants monopolize these products. So you actually can see these products down the streets. You have to buy them yourself. Like they don't give it to you. You have to go to them and buy these goods, but they're really expensive because they're like really rare, and like the amounts of them are really low. So you have to go and buy them.
Okay.
So how do they get the merchants already there?
Yeah, they're there.
So they're making cheese, or
Yeah, well, they're obviously coming from somewhere that they're making cheese in the
where are they coming from?
around the area, around
So-
there.
So the area, there's people who make cheese. They have cows, or how do they get the cheese in the area if the borders are closed?
No.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I said like they have like how any merchants get the goods into Gaza Strip. Like this is something that's done by Israel and the merchants. So Israel allows only limited goods to get into Gaza Strip.
Okay.
So they get them and then they distribute it to, you know, smaller merchants, and then it gets to people. How this is how it's done.
And that drives up the cost too, I
Yeah,
suppose. It's
yeah.
going from person to person to
High
person.
cost.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So Aya, I was going to ask you, how are you surviving at the moment financially with money to buy food, for instance?
That was the hardest question. Like, okay, so I'm really embarrassed to say this, but like most of the things, we don't get the chance to buy them. Most of the things, we actually have to take food from our neighbors. They may give us, you know, some food, like they cook for them for lunch. They give us some food. They cook for, you know, from here and there. This is how we're living. Or for example, if someone give us any amount of money, then we buy things ourselves. But this is like not stable. So someday you may find it, the other day you may not.
Okay, I understand. And Aya, there is nothing to be embarrassed about that. You are in a situation in a country that unfortunately the people suffer. The people suffer. So there's nothing to be embarrassed. You know, when we have to survive, we have to survive, you know? So it's not something to feel embarrassed to talk about. You know what? So
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up now.
Yeah,
I think we've got thank you so much for inviting the dog. We have a dog. Bear, what was he called? Okay.
so sorry. Aya,
It's coming back.
say thank you to your mum and dad. We are going to try to talk about how to start the process. I think Anne Marie has spoken to you before about what we do, and next time we will have a meeting, and next time we will maybe talk to you alone and maybe not disturb your mum and dad and see how we're going to step forward, how we're going to move forward with helping you.
Right.
But also, just bear in mind, we're a small charity.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So to get the money to you, we're going to have to fundraise that money.
Yeah.
And fundraising doesn't happen overnight, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe we were thinking we could start with a tent, sort you out with a tent, you know, fundraise for that, and then see how we go.
Yeah. Basically, if the immediate thing that you need right now that we know we can raise the money for is a tent, then maybe we start with that first. At the same time, we will have to set up a page like you did, like your GoFundMe Just Giving page.
We'll do Just Giving.
We'll do a Just Giving page through our charity to raise the money at the same time for you guys getting it out. So this is something we will be discussing, how to do it and how we can collaborate to raise more awareness and people to drive them to donate, basically. Yeah.
I'm real just happy that someone's really just by our side and supporting us. It's really difficult time. Like I was really, really happy once you replied.
We cut off. Sorry.
It's our connection.
That was our connection. Sorry. And we missed
Really?
Yeah, we missed
That was surprising.
Sorry.
I was checking mine.
No. It was ours.
Our connection.
So we missed the last bit that you were saying that you were very happy with that we replied.
Yeah.
So we heard that you were very happy that we replied, and that's all we heard. But you know, we're a Christian charity who are very led by God and the calling from God. And Anne Marie had a very deep calling with you. She feels like God has sent you to her and her to you. So you know.
And she even sent me like a lot of positive energy. Once we talked the last time, when I feel down, like I send her, and then she gives me. She really gives me positive energy.
That's nice, Aya. Look, we will try and do what we can. We will try and do what we can, and we will talk, and then we will get back to you by message. Yeah.
Inshallah.
This is my dog. This is my dog.
Yeah.
Turn around, say hi.
What's his name?
Alpha. Sit. Okay, don't.
Alpha. Good boy.
Sit Say that.
Oh,
Anyway,
interested.
okay. Anyway, so yeah, we will talk and we will start to get something going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
inshallah.
Give
My
it some
mom
time.
was thanking you and my dad as well.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
them for coming today.
Yes.
شكرا لكم جدا. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Aya,
We'll
thank
leave it
you.
now. Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
Right.
Bye. God bless.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye.